there and welcome back to another video on my channel. How are you doing today? Today I thought I would talk about some developments that have been happening in terms of my doctor's visits to do with my chest and my back problems. So let's go. So I'm going to give you a quick recap, but if you want to watch everything in more detail, I will leave you the links to all of the doctor's visits parts 1, 2 and 3 in the description for you if you want to watch them in a bit more detail. But as I say, as a quick recap, I hurt myself a couple of years ago, about 3 to 4 years ago, after lifting a heavy object from my grandmother's house all the way down to what is now my studio. I then, after about a week after lifting that, I went to the doctor because the pain took that long to develop and I was in excruciating pain. I went to the doctor's and she suggested that I had a back x-ray because my back, when she was messing around with it and making sure everything was okay with it, there was a lot of tenderness there and it was very, very sore. So she sent me an x-ray for an x-ray. Then nothing really came of it because it was my back that they were checking, not my chest, and it was my chest that was the main problem. So good couple of months and years go by. I then switched to a new doctor because the pain was getting really, really bad again. It went away and came back again, which is super annoying. So I went to this new doctor and said to her the exact same problems I'm having as I was previously, and actually that have gained in their worseness, which isn't a word, but you get the drift of my conversation. So I spoke to her and she sent me for a ultrasound because it's along the same pain as my mother and my grandmother had for gallstones. So I went and had that checked. Thank God I don't have them, touch wood, because they are a blimmin' nightmare. But she did in the meantime give me medicine to help with the pain. That I've been taking on and off, but because it's medicine, I don't want to be taking it all the time, so I have it as and when I need it. I then came back after having the ultrasound and she's then sent me for blood tests and also to a consultant, a rheumatology consultant, to see if they could help me in any way. The blood tests came back completely fine, which again is a brilliant thing. So I went to see my rheumatologist and he then yet another consultation and went through everything with me, and he suggested that I go and have another back x-ray, which was actually an MRI, which I thought I had before, but I think I just had a CT scan before in my life, so it was quite a different prospect to the idea of what was going to have to happen. After the MRI, which I have spoken about in great detail in one of the videos, I then had to have more blood tests, more probably in-depth blood tests, because I've had blood tests previously and nothing thankfully showed up, as I said. I went then home. Yeah, I went home and actually I put my back out and I was in excruciating pain, so I sent a letter to my rheumatologist saying, look, you kind of implied that once you got the MRI scan results and my blood test results that I would be seeing you relatively quickly, as I had been given an appointment in June 2020. So I thought that I was going to have that appointment and then that appointment would be moved to a much earlier appointment to try and help me. That didn't happen, and the fact of me putting my back out and I couldn't even sit as I am. I had to lie down for 2 weeks straight. I, as I say, sent the letter to him and he phoned me up and he said, look, you don't have this, and you don't have this, and you don't have this. So I was like, okay, what do I do then? And he said, well, we can send you for 2 different types of injections. You can have one injection where it's in your arm and it goes all throughout your joints and gives you pain relief all throughout your joints. I think that's right. Don't quote me on it. This happened a little while ago. Or you could have a steroid injection straight into your chest to calm the cartilage down. Because one of the things that keeps coming up is something called costochondritis, which I will put here for you because I still don't know how to say it. And the thing with that condition or that chest problem is the fact that the cartilage in my chest or in this section is inflamed, and that doesn't go down or become uninflamed very, very quickly. So the steroid injection was not what I wanted to happen, but if it took the pain away, I was happy to go for it. In between that phone conversation and my previous appointment with him, he also sent me to physiotherapy, and I went to her and she gave me exercises mainly for my back. And the thing that confuses me about all of this is that they keep focusing on my back, which is all well and good because the back is a very, very important part of your body. It's the whole thing that allows you to move with ease and everything like that, and I'm hugely impressed by everything the body is capable of. But nothing was being done about my chest, and she actually thought I had something called AS, which was, as I understood it, a condition that over a period of years your back seizes up completely and you have limited movement in your back. So that was quite a terrifying prospect. So I was doing exercises towards that, which didn't do me any harm because it was exercise, it was helping my back, which is of course what I needed. But after speaking to the rheumatologist on the phone call, I then decided to go, well, I actually had to ask his advice and say, look, I don't know what I'm doing. I need your advice here. Which one would you say to do? And he said, go for the steroid injection because that would, you're right, Magic, that would give you one option. And if that doesn't work, you can always go for the other one. So you have the fail-safe, which was great news to me because this whole time I've had no understanding of what to do to make my body better. But now I have, so I went to that. I did stop going to the original physiotherapist because she felt I didn't need to anymore, which was fine by me. I had the exercises. I was doing all of it anyway, so it wasn't a big deal seeing her or not seeing her. So in terms of the steroid injection, I got a phone call literally about 3 or 4 days later from the pain clinic who provide the steroid injection, and they said they wanted to see me on Friday. So I went in expecting to have the injection. My mum and dad actually came with me because I was terrified. I'm not scared of needles in any way necessarily. It's just, it sounded like it was going to be a big painful thing, and I had been told that it was going to give me pain for a couple of days after having the injection. So that to me in itself was quite scary. So I just needed my mum and dad there for support. I then had another consultation with a doctor there, and he said that he wasn't going to give me the injection, which I found quite soul-destroying, if I'm completely honest with you. I had been told that I was going to have a steroid injection, and I didn't realise that I had to go through yet another consultation to then be told that I wasn't going to have it, or I was going to have it. I thought I was just going to have it straight away. So that was really like a punch in the gut for me. I wasn't happy about it. And basically what he said after examining me is that I have in my back developed some form of whiplash reaction that just hasn't gone away. And he knows everything in my chest. My chest isn't going to change until I sort my back out, as I understand it. So my body and my brain constantly think that I am in some sort of whiplash reaction, and that my body doesn't, or my brain doesn't understand that my body is healed, my body is fine. It just constantly thinks, don't move that little bit further because you'll be in pain, or don't do this or that and the other, the simple things, because my body thinks it's going to hurt. Like I can't wash my own hair because I can't reach up high enough to do it and hold that position for a long period of time. I can't lift a kettle because my body thinks that it is going to be in so much pain, and actually it does become in so much pain. So I'm actually grateful for my brain understanding that aspect of what I'm going through. So from that whole appointment, I got suggested to do even more physiotherapy, which again I wasn't happy about. So I saw that physio 2 weeks later, who was a lovely, lovely guy, took his time with me, completely understands what I'm going through, and took his time in terms of assessing me. With my previous physio, it felt very, very rushed. You had to be in and out of there in 2 seconds, and a whirlwind of information gets thrown at you, and you don't necessarily retain it all. Whereas with this gentleman who I am currently seeing, he takes his time with me. He gives me an allotted half an hour. There's not 50 people waiting, it's just me. And he comes out and he shows me exercises, gets me to do them, and I say, look, I can't do that. And he understands that. I've only had to do that with one thing though, so I'm quite happy about that. And I'm happy in the terms of I'm doing exercises, and it does make a difference. I find that if I miss a day or I miss a couple of days, that I am in a lot of pain. But it could also just be because I'm in a lot of pain. So, you know, it depends what I've done that day and things like that. But it's something, you know, something's happening. I am upset that I'm still in pain every day, that I have to take medicine practically daily to get through a day. I don't want to be taking anything at the age of 23. I don't want to be having any of these problems at the age of 23. But the fact of the matter is, I'm here and this is what I'm dealing with. So the exercises that he gave me, I've been to see him twice so far, the exercises that he has given me aren't that too dissimilar to what I was doing with my previous physiotherapist. So that was nice, because then I'm in common ground, I know what I'm doing with a lot of them. And actually, to be honest with you, that's all that's happened so far. I've been to see this new guy, I've been to see my new physiotherapist, and that's where I stand at the moment. So over the next couple of days, I'm going to be showing you the exercises that I have to do every single day. And then the following day, I'm going to be showing you the exercises that I have to do every other day, and they're more strengthening my core and my legs and my back. So that is essentially you completely up to date. So that is it. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out all the links in the description, as I love them all and wouldn't put them there if I didn't, including, as I said, the previous doctor's visits videos if you want to watch everything in a bit more depth. Yeah, that's right. And finally, don't forget to like, leave a nice comment and subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you next time. Bye!